You may remember this news story from November. The Girl Scouts of the USA is suing the Boy Scouts of America for a trademark infringement. The problem is that the Boy Scouts are changing their name to Scouts BSA and also welcoming girls. The Girl Scouts argue their brand will suffer as a result of the change. They also say the change is causing confusion, leading some to think the Girl Scouts no longer exists as a separate entity. Well, oh my, how times have changed. Today's news is one thing, but I want to take you back to a time of racial unrest in this country, even right here in Augusta. Back when civil rights sparked riots and leaders called on legendary Godfather of Soul James Brown to come home and try to calm things down. But on a much quieter scale, other people here were making inroads in integration, and one of them is with me today, and her name is Judy Hanson. She started the first integrated Brownies troop here in the city, and that's why these other folks are here. Let me introduce you to this crowd, including little scouts from back in the day. First of all, I want you to meet Helen Broadbeck. Helen was a longtime troop leader, and she herself was a Girl Scout. Judy Hanson, who we talked about a moment ago, I introduced Judy. Georgette Shaw, and also Sharon Wong, who were both in the Brownie troop with Judy Hanson, and then a little bit later when Ms. Broadbeck came along, and they went through years of scouting together. First of all, let's get back to the racism at the time. And Judy, how did you take up that mantle and decide we're going to have an integrated scout troop?
Well, we came from Germany. We were a military family, and my oldest daughter was in an integrated troop in Germany.
In Germany. Mm-hmm.
And when we came back and there wasn't an integrated troop in Richmond County, I decided, why not? I mean, we should do it. So I went around to the schools with second graders and left notes and said, if you have daughters who want to be in a scout troop, give me a call. That's how we got started.
What an awesome story. It's something that I think a lot of people today, I'm sure kids today don't even have any appreciation for that. That was a really big deal. That was big to do that. So Georgette, how did you end up, and Sharon, in the troop? Do you remember how you started in Scouts?
Abraham Mary, second grade, yes. And it was just, we wanted to be Girl Scouts. It was something different. I had never even heard of Girl Scouts at the time, of course, in second grade. But it was a life-changing program to be in. Lots of values. They taught us so much, and they took up so much time with us.
And Sharon, you remember those early days of scouting as well?
Oh, yes. We met at Abraham Mary, and because of Mrs. Hanson's experience, her family had been in scouting for years. We would go to Camp Tanglewood. We would take our bedrolls and food, and we would load all our belongings up in the Hanson Volkswagen bus. And that's how we would start our trips.
Yeah.
And every meeting we had, we would have the flag ceremony, and at the campouts also, and then the closing ceremony. So yeah, it gave us a lot of respect and appreciation, and that's something that we need today. Respect for others.
Absolutely.
And
absolutely.
respect for our flag and our community, and to help others at all times, like the promise says to do.
We have had so much fun just sitting here together because we brought our sashes. This was my sash when I was a scout for all the years I was in scouting, and we have old scout handbooks and parts of our uniform and scrapbooks. And you told me a story too, Helen, about being a Girl Scout when you were a child. You had lost your mother, and Girl Scouting was a great way for you to have other women role models in your life.
Yes, and the friends that I've made, my children now, their children have made, and they kept for scouting. I have a grandson that is a
just as high as you can go in Boy Scouts. His name is Andrew, and he's a wonderful fella, and he's married now, and he's giving me 2 babies already, and I'm proud of that too.
Sure.
I have one thing to say about putting easy on the Boy Scouts. They too have joined hands in so many ways. I have a feeling that little bump in the road is going to be put aside, because we are all the same going in life, and I thought it would be wonderful if we keep them separate for quite a while.
Judy, how do you feel about that?
Yeah.
Thing now with girls being in Boy Scouts?
Yes.
I just didn't skip it. I like it to be separated.
Yeah. Right. Plus, we have cookies.
Huh? Yeah, right.
They have popcorn.
Much easier to sell cookies than popcorn.
Right.
But no, I like it separated.
Right.
I
I don't think it would have been the same for me if I had been in a troop with boys.
No.
I mean, I was in school with boys, and I was in church youth group with boys.
Right.
But Girl Scouts, and the overnights and the camping and all, that was a great time to be with girls.
It really was.
And I mean, gosh, what do we say? Girl power. Our girls grew up with the girl power chant.
That's right.
Yeah. Those are great memories, and it really teaches you to be a strong woman.
And most of the girls that were came along in these troops, we're still friends with now.
That is that is amazing. And you have had the big honor of receiving from your former troop leaders the scrapbook.
Yes.
And so you're the caretaker now of the scrapbook.
Yes, I'm the caretaker.
That's awesome.
It was an honor that they even asked me.
I love it. I love it. Ladies, you have been awesome guests today. Thank you for what you did for our community, Judy. You have a real role in all of this.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for that. And Sharon and Georgette and Helen, all of you, I just appreciate you sharing with us today. We're not through with our discussion about scouting at all. We're going to talk with Girl Scouts of Historic Georgia. Coming up, some of the things that they're doing and the efforts that they are making to reach out to all previous Girl Scouts, myself included. We'll tell you about that coming up. Georgia has a lot planned for the new year. Here to tell us about it is Fund Development Specialist Sandy Helling. Sandy, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Well, this was a great group of women that we just had on the show, and hearing their stories, was great. I loved looking at my sash after all the years, and you were a scout yourself.
I was, yes,
and they're 2 really cute pictures, and you are just going to have to show them and tell us about them.
This was me when I was probably 9 years old. In my Brownie troop, we went to McDonald's for a field trip. And this was a birthday cake that my mother made for me. It's got a little brownie on it.
So cute.
Yeah, sometime in the same time frame.
That's, it truly is. It was in the early 70s, and we just, scouting was everything. Do you remember we would wear our uniforms to school?
Yes,
and
absolutely.
That was such a big deal. We were in our uniforms.
We were proud to be able to wear it.
And I think my daddy helped me with my tie.
Yep.
Because our little orange ties when we were Brownies were like that.
Absolutely.
Those are such good memories, and they just last a lifetime. I don't know, I don't think I realized it until I was flipping through those books. And I was like, oh my gosh, I totally remember this page. Yep. And I totally remember reading these things. It really stays with you. And speaking of staying with you, Sandy has stayed with Scouts since she was a girl, because you were in Scouts. Your daughters went through Scouts, and they were both Gold Star Girl Scouts, Gold Awards.
Yes, absolutely.
And then you've been in Scouting for 15 years as volunteer and staff.
I was their troop leader for 15 years, and I just started on staff last April.
Gosh, So what made you decide you wanted to don a uniform again for Scouts?
I just so passionate about what Girl Scouts stands for, and I just feel so strongly that we need to continue Scouts and its message and all the great things that it does for girls, that the leadership skills that it teaches them, the life skills, the outdoor skills, the financial literacy skills, and all the new STEM skills. So I'm just very passionate. I feel that girls need this opportunity and that Girl Scouts needs to provide it, and I'm going to do everything I can to help promote Girl Scouts in the community. And we're going to be doing a big race at our Camp Tanglewood the last Saturday in April, April 27th. We're calling it S'moreviver because every great camp experience ends with s'mores. And of course we're going to have s'mores at the end of it. The event will be a 5K trail run for the serious runners, and then we're going to be doing a 4-person team challenge to showcase the various outdoor skills that Girl Scouts learn through our program. So you'll have to kayak around a buoy in our lake, you'll have to do it at our archery range, we'll have rope tying, we'll have compasses, so you'll have to learn how to do orienteering and a lot of different fun things.
And you're talking about like alums can do this.
Oh, alums, everybody in the community will be invited to participate in that. It'll be a 4-person team challenge, so you have to learn team building skills to be able to compete and finish it. So,
you also have much sooner, you have an alumni luncheon
yes,
coming up
absolutely.
later in January.
Yes, it'll be Thursday, January 17th at Westlake Country Club, and all alumni in the area are invited to participate. We would love to see you again, come hear your stories. And a lot of the girls that were in the troop that of the previous group that you met, hopefully they will be able to come and reminisce and catch up with each other and have a reunion as well.
Well, just in preparing to be on the show today, they contacted so many others of their troop.
Yep. And I was just so excited to hear that, and they were like, oh, they couldn't come today, but they'll be at the lunch. So I'm really looking forward to everybody coming and just being able to share what Girl Scouts are doing now with our alumni, and hoping that they'll be community ambassadors for us and get involved again. We have a lot of fun things that we hope that they can come and participate in. So with the race, we'll do an overnight over the summer so they can have dinner with the girls at summer camp, and we have a big event in Savannah every year that alumni will be invited to participate in called Quest Fest, and it's like a giant scavenger hunt all across the city of Savannah. So the girls are looking for opportunities. They're not necessarily looking for items, but they'll be doing STEM-related activities, and then they'll have to upload photos or videos of them completing the various activities. Yeah. And it's just a really fun time. I got to go last year, and alumni will be invited to participate this year.
Well, Sandy, you are all over it. You are as busy as you can be with the scouting. Thank you for keeping us up to date on everything.
I'm trying. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
All right, and I'll see you at that alumni
Great.
luncheon.
That'll be wonderful. Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Distracted drivers cause more than 1,000 crashes